I'm Wild Walls.
What's up, guys? I am Wild Walls, and this is our second show. But I want to share something with you real quick. When I was in my 20s, I worked for the family business in aviation, and we had that a weekend. It was the summertime. I was going to go to Key West and go down there and hang with friends and family on boats and have a great time. So, to make a long story short, for lunchtime we worked over there on Dog Track Road in a little aircraft shop, and I was a sweaty mechanic and greasy and dirty. We went on down to the local Cooter Browns on Highway 98, and if you know that place, it's a great wings, food, all that good stuff. So I sit down and I'm just order. I'm starving. I'm thinking in a few hours I'm going to go to an airplane. I'm going to go to Miami, and then it's going to be a great weekend and go to the Keys. And all of a sudden, about 3 cops fly into the parking lot. And I said, that's kind of odd. Next thing you know, about 20 cops literally are in it. It is like a swarm out there. And I'm thinking to myself, holy moly, they got dinner and a show. So 2 police officers came in, and I'm thinking to myself, kind of looking around, I said, oh, somebody done something really bad. And I was like, get a little worried. Next thing you know, the 2 officers come start walking towards where I'm at, and I'm thinking, kind of like looking, to the next there in the front. Well, they came right up to me and looked straight at me and said, "Would you please, sir, come with us?" I mean, I about pooped in my pants, and I didn't, but I'm like, I know I didn't do anything. There's a misunderstanding, but yes, sir. So I got up. They took me out there, interrogated me for an hour. I told them, hey, I'm just blah, blah. Somebody thought I was on America's Most Wanted and called the cops. They finally told me after the fact, I have an hour interrogation, showing them all kind of whatevers. Anyways, I got to go to the Keys, had a great time, but that was scary as all get up. Anyways, this is our second show, and I'm going to teach you guys how I make my fried green tomatoes and fried ice cream. I have a very green tomato, and it's not so green, it's red, but it's still very firm, and I like to make the fried tomatoes with these as well. They're a little bit more robust flavor. These carry a little bit more, firmness, but we're going to get into all that. So sit back, enjoy yourselves. I really appreciate your subscription and your likes and comments on anything, and just for my Facebook and how we got here. I just want to say thank you guys for all your love and support. It means a lot. So, and I just, this is our second show. I'm so excited to get this and show this to you guys. So without further ado, here we go. It's time for our second show, Wild Walls. Wild Walls. All right, guys, we are back, and I love you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some fried green tomatoes. What I start off first is with flour. This is all-purpose flour. I'm going to get a little flour in there. This is really no measuring. We're not baking. This is just kind of to your preference. Oh, look at that fall off. We got my flour there, so let's put that down there. All right, I'm going to use garlic powder. I love some garlic powder and onion powder. And this is the flour. This is the base of the tomatoes, and I'll explain that in a second. So you want to make this really good. Old Bay, come on. Guarantee one thing, them Boudreaux called me up the other day. Well, I'm Boudreaux. Thibodeau called me up the other day. Sometimes he don't get a little backwards there on the Bay unit thing. He's like, you get them Old Bay for them there? And I was like, yep, Old Bay. Ooh. When I smell that, it reminds me of crab boils. You smell it. A little bit of cracked pepper. When I mean a little bit, of course, I'm dumping it in, but I got a lot of flour in here. Onion and garlic are literally the most forefront in Southern cooking. Usually start off with these two. So, it's good stuff. Got the onion. Ooh, I love the onion. I guarantee when I go to Burger King and I get my Whopper Jr., I always get extra onions on it. And I always tell them, I said, I don't plan on kissing nobody, so they all laugh. And so I said, and I get my good, I love that flame broil. Come on. All right. So, do I have it down here? I sometimes fight with myself. I grew up with this but I love this. They both taste great. This is a little bit, got a little bit more oomph, sha-na-na-na on that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do a little bit of this. Yes, Lord. Ooh, this food going to be so good, I'd pray for it twice. Come on. Look at that. We got to slap your mamas in there. All right. Let's put these down here and get them up out of our way. We have our stick. This is very important. I'm going to show you what I use them for. These are like barbecue skewers and stuff that you make shish kebabs with, and I use a lot of these in the kitchen. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to get me a spoon. We're going to get this all good and turned up. Nice. Very nice. That's right. I hope everybody today, by the time you see this, will be a different day, but I still hope everybody had a great day today. All right, now we have that nice and good, and we're going to put this to the side. So like I said, you know, it's all about preference and everything, but I do like to, I grew up with these, but someone throughout the years had mentioned, why don't you try one? Because if you look through, I bought these. This was sold in the green tomato section, but it's a little bit, it was probably picked, it's matured a little bit before this one. But regardless, it's going to be good. I start off, this knife right here, this belongs to me. It's my favorite knife in my collection. It was given to me, gifted to me by my very great friend Jessica Wynn, which we've been friends since we were 5 years old. This belonged to her great-grandmother. And one of my most favorite knives, and I have all kind of knives I use, and I go through my phases as far as on, you know, favorite knives. But so far, since I got this one over a year ago, this one and another one she gave me has been just, I love it. It's just a good all around. I'm coring it. Let me show what I'm doing here. I'm taking it, getting down yonder, I'm turning her, getting it good. Yeah, buddy. There it is. That's just so that when you cut it, you don't lose that piece right there. There we go. We got two there. Very nice. Put this in the trash. I'm going to cut just the very end off on both. There we go. I'll eat these, so I'm going to put them to the side. I want to sneeze so bad. Apparently I got some of that pepper in my nose, and I'm doing everything I can not to. I'm doing everything I can not to. Woo! It's all right. All right. So we're slicing them. Sometimes I use the mandolin. And if you mandolin, that's the, not the, ding, 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 ding. That's the food mandolin. But we're not using that today. So we got our green one right here. We'll put that to the side. Let's get our red one. Depending on the thickness of how you want them, I mean, it's a mandolin. The reason I said that is it's consistent every time. Right now, my consistency is not every time, but that's okay. I'm Wild Walls. All right. We have our tomatoes, and I tell you, that's just on the verge of, like, literally. Mm. 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 That's so good. So, I don't know why I did that, but it just felt right to do. Okay, so next we're going to take our flour. I'm going to drop them in. And I guess it's okay to use my fingers, but when I'm just by myself and at home and all that and doing nothing, I don't want to get my fingers dirty. I just use this right here. I'll slap it around in there. Then I get my plate. A little plot, but for time's sake, we're gonna go on and get our fingers dirty. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, let me say this. And this is like with everything, pork chops. What I do is I cut them up like this, and I put them in the flour, and then I put them in the fridge for a couple hours, if not overnight. You want your flour to stick to the your tomato or whatever you're cooking. If I usually, and I know some of you know this, if you go from the flour to your egg wash to your fryer, a lot of times it'll just fall off. And we've all been there. So To combat that, what I do is I just let it sit up in the flour for a bit, put it in the fridge, and let it soak in. So then when you do put in your egg wash, baby, you 10-10. Come on. You feel me? All right. Let me show y'all something real quick. Here's my rag right here. Here's my rag. When it's all said and done, and I'm walking away from the camera, don't tell anybody, but this is what they're going to look like. Now, you can use panko crust, which this is panko crust, or you can use breadcrumbs. It doesn't matter. Basically, when it's all said and done, I'm going to show you how I can make these. I throw them in, in the freezer. You make them up, and then when you want to have fried green tomatoes, and you made these, because I'm going to show you how, then you just take them out of your bag and throw them in your hot oil. You got fried green tomatoes. Come on. So this is the first part. I flour it. I'm now going to set these in the fridge. I'm going to cover them up and put them in the fridge for probably about 15-20 minutes because I just want to get this. It really needs to be for a few hours to really do good. So, yes, go for a few hours. You got this. I believe in you. But I'm Wild Walls, and I can pull this off because you guys are watching me, so I got this. Anyways, I'll be back very soon. When I get back with you guys, I'm going to teach you how to. We're going to egg wash them. We're going to throw them in. We're going to get cooking. Woo, child, we're going to get cooking in this kitchen. I'm Wild Walls. I love you. Subscribe, like it, love it. Tell somebody. Tell your mama. Tell your daddy. Tell your sister.
Yes.
Tell anybody. Tell your preacher. Go tell your neighbor. I'm Wild Walls. All right, we're back. Ah! I want to show you that. That's my beach watch. I'm proud of that. What time is it? It's beach time. What time is it? It's beach time. That's right. I'm Wild Walls. I love you guys. Here we go. So we are now we have let our fried green tomatoes sit. They look good. The flour is soaked in. And now is the time we put in the egg wash. So these eggs came from my father, which came from their neighbor. And these are fresh off the neighborhood chicken shack, whatever you want to call it. We're going to need this. I'm going to use 2 eggs. That's some good buttermilk. Y'all want to see me chug it? No, you're not, because that was my great-grandma, but not me. I'll chug hot sauce, but I ain't going to chug no buttermilk. Maybe later when the camera's not on. Anyways. All right. And we're going to add a little bit of hot sauce. Now, in the South, hot sauce and everything is very peanutted. I love them all. So, whether it be this brand or that brand or that brand, I'm using that brand. We're going to put a little, ooh, yeah. You're going to get some of that in there. All right. I'm going to put just a little bit of garlic powder, just a little bit. We put a lot in the, okay. There we go. I'm going to put some onion powder in there. Kind of the same spices that we use in the flour, but just, not as strong. I'm not going to tell you how I was thinking. All right. There we go. Let's move this back here and get them out of the way. A little bit of pepper. That's good stuff right there. And there we go. This is our next. That's for our panko crust. So we're going to mix it up. Woo! Yeah, I'm going to get that right there. Yes, sir. Got a little bit in there. Got some of that there hot sauce in there. Going to make them fried green tomatoes. Because, we on the Bayou right now. Bayou Davenport. I love it. I've been living here for almost 3 years. Whew. I'm a little scared. They say a hurricane. And they say storm surge. I can see the water right there. That's salt water. There's sharks right there. Crocodiles, alligators, mosquitoes, and the worst of all, me, the Florida man. Anyways, now we have our egg wash. Let's go ahead and make up our panko. This is the final. We're going to put some panko in there. Get a little pankoed up. And this is, choice. If not, this adds a little extra flavor at the end. But I like to add a little Parmesan cheese. The old grated, they put the good stuff in there. Probably got turpentine and, aluminum and all that stuff and all. You know what I mean? The stuff that makes it taste good. I don't know. Well, put a little bit in there. Woo, child, guarantee. All right, here we go. Now, we're going to take our tomatoes, or maters, tomatoes, depending where you are. You might be in England, I think they call them tomatoes over there. But over here we call them maters, especially down the Mason-Dixon line is I-10, to be honest with you. And we real southern. We so southern, it's salt water. All right, so this is where the stick comes involved. Because you don't want to get your fingers in your egg wash. So we're going to take that right yonder. Get it all yondered up. See how I've let it sit, the flour sits, it doesn't just roll off. You want to let that juice, a little bit more. Drop it on in that panko. Give a little bit of whoop, 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 whoop. Don't do that unless you know how to do it, because I tell you what, if you don't know how to do it, you're going to have a whole lot of whoop, whoop, whoop to clean up. You know what I'm saying? So we'll do a couple more, and then we're going to start frying these bad boys, and then we're going to get into some ice cream. Fried ice cream, let me tell you. Lord, child. There it goes. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm Wild Walls. Oh, you know what smells good? You can smell the Parmesan cheese in this. Oh. Good cheese smells like I ain't gonna say it. I didn't say it, but I was thinking it, I tell you. So here we go. Let me get this out of the way. Luckily, with like flour, you have to keep straining it, but panko it's very forgiving. There's no clumps. Everything sticks. Anyways, I'm gonna finish this up, and we're going to get into the frying. So I just want to show you this little technique here, and okie dokie. What's up, guys? Wild Walls. It's been such a fun time doing this for you guys, and I love y'all so very much. Please, if you can, if you love it, like it, subscribe it. So our oil is about, I have no idea, because I don't have a thermometer, and bad me for that. My thermometer broke a whole long time ago, and I've been doing stuff for so long that I just kind of go by smell and a little bit of sound, and a little hard, a little bit wild. I'm Wild Walls and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's how we do it. All right, these are just about done. Ooh, child, I tell you what, too. And I got something for y'all. I made this today. I got a little homemade. Y'all like my fancy dish? Because I'm wearing fancy tuxedo, so we got fancy. That's my homemade marmalade sauce. I'm going to put that right there. That looks good. But I made some crab cakes yesterday. And I tell you what, they're great. But I didn't cut the Trinity up too much. So there's real big peppers and onions and celery. But you know what? I kind of like that, so it's okay. I'm Wild Walls. We got this. Come on. We're going to fry them up in a second. Let's check on our fried green tomatoes. We turn this up. They're looking good, looking good. Oh, yeah, we're about to pull them out. I'm telling you what. That's some good stuff. I really have had a great time making all this. And this is our second show, so we're trying to improve. And our first show, a lot of people gave me feedback, and it's all great feedback. And I appreciate everyone. Love y'all dearly. We're making it happen, Captain. You know what I mean? All right. These are just about done. They're looking really good, too. Ooh, child. Now, the ice cream, I say about $3.50 for your fried green tomatoes. The ice cream, it's got to be hot. I'm talking about like maybe 400. And I'm gonna get better on like writing recipes down and kind of like getting more. But I'm feral when it comes in the kitchen. I do it like it, I do it, and I shoot and ask questions later. So and usually it comes out really really good. Well, these fried green tomatoes looking beautiful. We've been to pull these suckers out. Old suckers. That reminds me of Pat Fryer. My old friend Pat Fryer. He's out there in Venice, Italy, and he sent a picture of he's in one of them there boats, going along in the waterway. Of course, me, I took the picture and put a fishing rod. And I was like, "What you catching out there?" I love you, Pat Fryer. All right, these are just about done. Looking really good. I don't have, like I said, I don't have a thermometer, but I've been doing this long enough. I got the heat pretty good. I shoot the hip. I'm wild walls. I'm wild in the kitchen. I don't really, even my baking, I just kind of guess it, and it comes out pretty good. My name is Stephen Clay Walls. I was born on 111777. That's 11/17/1977. I was born and raised in Pensacola from Robert and Mary Ann Walls and their great parents. I was a wild child. I have one brother, one sister, Chris Walls and Stephanie Walls. I love them dearly. But these tomatoes are just about done. And I'm going to drop a couple something else in here. We're about to do the ice cream. I'm going to let these go. We're just about there. This is very critical. I'm doing both of these. I'm about to pull these out. They look really good. I'm really excited. Oh, yeah. Nice. Very nice. Okay, here we go. We're going to pull out the fried green tomatoes. There's one. Let me get over here. You guys can see it. We got fire. Yep. Ow. We squashed that fire pretty quickly yonder. Mm-hmm. It's still burning, Captain. That's all right. Woo, child, I tell you what, that's hotter than all hog get up. So let's have a look at these. Jelly bean. I'll eat that one. I like dog fur and cat fur on mine. So let's have a look at these. These look really good. And what we're gonna do is we'll put a little of that on there. Let's have a taste of that. I'm gonna cut that off. Oh, I tell you what, they're just nice and they're real crunchy. They're so hot. I'm gonna let it sit for a second. I am gonna drop in a Krabby Patty or two. Whoop. All right, very good, very nice. I'm gonna try one. Oh, it smells so good. Ooh, that's hot. What she said. And then some. All right, I think we're about ready for some ice cream. I'm starting to see it smoke. When it starts to smoke, you know you're getting to where you're going. Let's put that there. We're going to get back to these. We got a little Ramelade homemade I made. Oh, yeah. Yes, I did stick that spoon back in there and licked it. I'm Wild Walls. What's up, guys? I'm Wild Walls. We're back. We are now in the ice cream edition. This is our second show. I'm so excited. We just got done making the fried green tomatoes. Woo! Come on. So, real quick, when I was 17 years old, my dad bought a brand new Ford Explorer Eddie Bauer edition. Four-wheel drive, all the bells and whistles. I was out with my good friend Darren Godwin, and we were riding in my S10. And back in the day, if you know me, we had a lot of fun with that truck. Anyways, we got it stuck down the street from a parent's house. So about 11 o'clock, we walked to the house, And I never forget waking my dad up and saying, Dad, I said, I got my truck stuck. I need to, use your, and okay. So he gave me the keys, asleep. So I remember this, and this, I've been pretty smart my whole life, but, I guess we were young, and we brought like extension cord because I couldn't find any rope or whatever. Anyways, we couldn't get my truck out. We took my dad's brand new Eddie Bauer 1994 Explorer out to, it was on East Fence Road off Softly Pines. It used to be dirt, back in the day. And right there when it comes to Softly Pines, it was a big hole there. And we couldn't get my truck out because we used extension cord wrapped us. I mean, how stupid is that? We were pretty stupid back then. So on the way back to find something better to hook up to my truck, my good old buddy's like, at the very end, you could see the pavement. You could taste the pavement. He's like, go off to the left, get in the hole. It's a four-wheel drive. And I'm like, all right. So I go off into it and like, to make a long story short, next thing I know, I'm going out the window. And the only thing you could see was when we got out, and luckily we didn't get killed, was about this far of the antenna sticking up out of that, what I thought was a small hole. Apparently it was a very large hole. It sank the whole truck. So I walked back to the house, and it was a long walk. I just sank my dad's brand new four-wheel drive. And, anyways, when I told him what happened, he came out and saw it. And I'll never forget this. We had a spotlight. We had an aluminum minivan. He had a spotlight, and he's like, looking and stuff. And he's like, it's right there. He's like, where? I'm like, it's right there. And he's like, where? I don't see it. You get irritated. And I said, you see the antenna sticking up? I kid you not. My dad will vouch for this. So, luckily, my good brother, Darren Godwin, his dad had a really awesome Willys Jeep and we had actually a friend of mine that I called had a big truck, big Chevrolet with 44s. He was on the pavement and couldn't get it out that hole. So to make a long story, I'll tell you what, I'm telling you this. His dad's old Willys Jeep on the dirt side pulled it out. I don't know how in the world. I think I was praying my dad, everybody, oh my God, he's going to kill me. My dad was so mad the next day. I mean, totaled the car and all that. But I survived that. That's just stuff I've done in my life. And I have a whole bunch of stories that in different shows I'll share with you. But let's move on. That was pretty crazy. So we're going to make some fried ice cream. I love ice cream. You love ice cream. We all love ice cream. So let's make some fried ice cream. There's all kind of different fried ice creams, but this is mine. I'm going to start off with an egg. This egg came from someone's backyard and not a farm, which can't go wrong with that because that's local stuff. I'm going to take an egg. We're going to make the wash. I'm going to make everything up, and then we'll pour the ice cream out, and then, I'll show you guys how I do it. I've already pre-made these, but there's a little bit of chocolate. There's an egg. Ooh, yes, Lord. I'm going to take a little bit of powdered sugar down here. So a little powdered sugar. Chocolate, powdered sugar, and how much? I don't know. You guys see how much I put in there. So get a little some of that. Come on, get it, baby! Okay, now we got that out of the way. Let's move on. So we have our egg wash, our powdered sugar, and our chocolate syrup. And you don't have to put chocolate syrup in. This one I'm just using, but I do suggest you do put a little bit of sugar up in your egg. A little panko crust right here on the side. I'm going to dump it in there. Come on, don't be scared. Just get it all in there. Why not? And we're going to, once again, take our powdered sugar. We're going to dump our powdered sugar into the breadcrumbs. So now we have our three things to make fried ice cream. We have our wet wash, our flour, and our panko crust. All right, let's get some ice cream. Ice cream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream. Now, I made this everything up the other night. I'm going to show you guys how we do one. And then we're going to fry it. But, I don't know if you can see this. We have, let me go here first. I'm going to need something to put that. Oh, I got it right here behind me. We're going to take this ice cream. Yeah. And now, let me explain this real quick. Usually, what I do, I'm going to make this up one real quick. But usually, I take the ice cream and then I dip it to the flour. I make a ball. I put it into the freezer. I let it get back, really good and solidified. And then usually like the next day, because I do so many at a time. And I'll show you this. Let me just show you now. The other night, and I know y'all saw on Facebook, but look at this. These are ice cream. This is bacon in here. I'm going to show you this. You got something you got to do besides hang out with me? That's what I thought so. So hang out with me. Let me show you something. Come on. Oh, wow. This here is a fried ice cream ball. It has bacon in it. Oh my gosh, the bacon is heaven. It's all up in there. So what I did first is I took the ball, which I'm going to show you the quick process, but I took a spoon and it's melting. And then I formed it into a ball, and then I stuck it to the flour and sugar and cinnamon. But I take the ice cream, I smush it into the flour, and then I put it back into the freezer, kind of let it get back, hard again. But tonight I'm going to show you the whole, how we do it, quick up, for real, how I learned. But I've learned that when you make a whole bag of them, you can take your time. You don't have to be rushed. You do it steps. I'm teaching you guys how to make these, and you just pull them out of the bag. So I'm going to show you how to do it fast, but I do it in processes. I take the ice cream, I make a ball, I put in the flour, I put it back in the freezer, I make it cold. Then the next day, perhaps, and I put it into the egg wash and the panko crust. But we're going to go ahead and do this now. So without further ado, I'm going to take a little bit of ice cream right there. Mm-hmm. We're going to make a ball out of it. We're going to dump it. See that? I just threw it in there in the flour. Look at that. Nice. It's got nice sugar, flour, cinnamon. We're going to dump it into the egg wash. I'm going to put that to the side right there. Look at that. Get it all egg washed up with chocolate. Let's go get our hands in there. See that? Look at that. Come on. Oh, look at that right there. Then we're going to dump it off into the panko. All right. And there we go. We have an ice cream ball ready to fry. We're going to be right back, and we're going to fry these up. So that's how easy it is. You can really drop this in. Your oil has to be really, really hot. I mean, really hot. But I'll be back. Well, guys, we're back. This is the grand finale. We are doing this to fry some ice cream that has been rolled in bacon and sugar flour and all the good stuff. So, without further ado, let's have this little bad boy. We'll put it in there. Now, you cannot leave it in there too long because it'll blow out. You want to turn your freezer as cold as it can go when you make this, and just have them really, this is. I got my little working time. It looks good. All right, right there. That's no longer. So let's go ahead and, ooh, that's hot. Put it on the plate. Let's put a little bit of some of that. Let's put a little bit of some of this. And let's finish it off with a little bit of some of this. All right. That's fried ice cream, guys. Let's have a look at this, guys. It's been an honor entertaining you guys. I love y'all. Oh, I can hear the crunchiness. Look at that. It's crunching. We're getting that right there. Let's have a little. You hear that in the microphone? That's so good. That's cold and hot. I love y'all so very much. Thank you for your support. Our second show is in the books. We did it. I love you guys so much. I'm Wild Walls. Goodbye. Good night. Till next time.
I'm Wild Walls.